Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we are going to do another flight in the Lockheed TriStar, and we are going to take it on a classic Delta route from Los Angeles to Honolulu. A quick 6-hour flight across the Pacific. Now we're standing here in Los Angeles, it is like 8 AM, so the sun is just about rising, and it's time that we get into our plane and start setting it up for today's flight. At this point, I would like to thank... Oh, hello. That's gotta be a little bug with GSX putting the jetway to the wrong spot. But okay, anyway. At this point, thank you very much to InnyBuilds for providing all the airports and the airplane for today's flight. And of course also to our sponsor, Say Intentions AI. If you're looking for an ATC add-on and you like what you're about to see in today's video, then Say Intentions may just about be for you. Check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below, and with that you can also support this channel. Alright then, let's go ahead and get started. And as always, we are going to start by reviewing our flight plan. So let me open it up, and since people do keep asking, I am using Firefox to display the SimBrief PDF file. And here's what it looks like. So we are going to depart from Los Angeles with the VTU 8 departure, a little bit up north before we are heading out to the Pacific, and then we're going to arrive over in Honolulu. Now, from here, let's have a look into the significant weather chart. Unfortunately, we are flying right into a jet stream over here, but there is just nothing we can do about it, neither further to the north nor further to the south. We are crossing this area number 2 and this area number 3, which is unfortunately severe turbulence in area number 2, which seems to be right down here. Doesn't make sense though, because number 3 and number 2 seem to indicate the very same area. But in any case, turbulence is to be expected. Therefore, we'll probably fly a little bit lower than usual, just to have some more maneuver margin. Looking at the second half of our flight, again, severe turbulence all the way up to flight level 400 for pretty much the entire flight. So this is not going to be pleasant. But hey, you want to get to holidays, so you'll have to take this. Now looking into our airport weather, this is a little bit nicer. Los Angeles variable 6 knots and overall excellent weather conditions, and in Honolulu 21 degrees already, and it's still early in the morning there. Unfortunately, little bit of gusts from 040 degrees. We'll probably be landing on runway 8 left today, but overall the weather is okay. Now Kaului, as our outlet, has the same thing with the winds in the forecast down there. Unfortunately, the only other outlet that's a bit better is Kona, which does however have quite a bit of extra fuel, so that's just something to have in mind over here. Now looking at our looking at our flight plan, we are departing from Los Angeles at 15:25 UTC to arrive, well, approximately 10 minutes behind schedule. We'll be flying a bit faster most likely, so we'll be carrying a little bit of extra fuel for that, as well as to fly a little bit lower in case of turbulence. Now, we do have fuel, 18 minutes contingency down here, which we can, of course, plan to use. And then looking down into our flight plan, our second outlet in Kona has about 3,000 pound extra fuel here. And finally, flying a bit lower, just in case it becomes necessary, is also 2,000 pounds extra. However, that is actually saving 6 minutes. So that's definitely something we should consider. Now, all of that in mind, I think if we add those 2,000 pounds for flying a little bit lower, at the same time we can also fly a little bit faster then. And taking into consideration the arrival weather, adding another 3,000 pounds, we're basically looking at 5,000 pounds extra. And that brings us to 135.0 roughly. So that's what I am going to do here, 135.0, and that's it. Alright then, let's go ahead and take a quick seat and start setting all of that stuff up down here in the electronic flight bag. OFP, reload that one, and then let's go to the load sheet and import that stuff from SimBrief. For our fuel, we are going to update this to 135, and that is loaded. All the rest is looking good down here. So with that, our aircraft is now set up for that flight. Now let's go ahead and call for the catering services, and once they're done we can start with our boarding process. Okay, now at this point the flight engineer can start doing some work here. So starting with the cockpit safety inspection, landing gear lever is down, the flap handle is up, engine and fuel ignition switches are off, the speed brake handle is forward, the ATMs are off, and the AC hydraulic pumps are off as well. Okay then, let's go ahead and start setting her up. We are going to start with the standby power system. That's coming on, the load light is illuminated and the flow bar is there. And then we can already move down here. DC standby bus is powered. Okay, then let's turn the battery on, and that's looking good as well. And it looks like we do not have a ground power unit. So let's go ahead and do the fire test, and then we are going to start the APU. Okay, so that stuff is working. Then we will probably need one of those pumps. APU master switch on and APU starter switch on. Okay, door in transit, APU start is progressing, and then we'll just have to wait until that is completed. Okay, slowly as that APU works in this airplane. Alright, in the meantime, is there anything else we can do? No, I don't really think there is. Alright, so APU is coming, and that looks like it should be available. So let's go ahead and close the generator field and the generator breakers. Okay, the tire breakers are on, then APU is looking good. Let's go ahead and turn on one of the galley buses so that they are able to make coffee in the back there. In the meantime, going up here, isolation valve on, cross bleed valves on, and the same down here. And then we can open the APU bleed out, shut off valve in order to get some air conditioning going. Okay. And here we go, duct pressure is there, so we are getting some nice warm air now. Alright, cool. So those are the basics in the back over here. With that, we do have one fuel pump. With that, the aircraft is set up and secure back here. Let's also turn on some of those lights. And then we can take a quick seat on the captain's seat here and start with our setup. So first things first, INSs 1, 2 and 3 are coming on. And then we can test that system, which is looking good, and the same on this side as well. That's looking okay, and the same down here. And that's also looking good. Alright then, let's set the 3 units into remote. And start with our position setup. So, charts, Los Angeles Airport, and now we are looking for the positions. Parking base and coordinates, and we are probably looking for the main parking area. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we are at Terminal 3, Gate 31. Let's find that. Terminal 3, 31. 33, 56, 7. And west, 118, 24, 4. Okay, and we gotta do that on all 3 units. So there's 33, 56, 7. West 118, 24, 4. Alright, set over here and down here. So 33, 56, 7. 118.24.4. So, all three in a line, and off we go. So, alignment is in process, then let's quickly do some safety checks here. The weather radar is off, the transponder is off, controls are all set. Well then, let's get started on the overhead panel. So, that stuff's set. Down here, we do not really have all that much to do. Master radio switches are coming on. Down here, ANI is all off, and you guys should be off as well. Alright, going over the middle panel, CBR test, currently not simulated. Then over here we do the stall warning test, which is also not simulated, unfortunately. And on this side, with the ANI system on, or rather with the switch in, we should be able to do the test, which is currently also not simulated. Okay, so main panel, or rather light panel, is all set up. We can also turn on a couple of those lights right here, like this, and then we're already moving down to the main panel. So, starting down here, instrument comparators. Should that second one not give us a flag? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. So, AFCS warning is good. Autopilot status is good. The marker beacons are good. And the instrument source selects are all on main. Then max indicators reset. All the rest is looking good. Can reset that main panel warning system as well. Down here, we'll do the frequencies a little bit later on. We'll use VHF 1, 2, and the intercom. The middle panel is set, and the right-hand panel is gonna get 1215. Like this. Alright, lovely. So that's the main panel set. Then let's move over to the flight engineers panel, and we'll start our work up here. So, starting with the brake temperature tests, which are looking good. Then we can do the wheel well fire test, which is good. The engine turbine cooling air test, which is good. We got the nacelle pilot and overheat detection test, which is good. We got the fire extinguisher test, which is good. And the short button works. So, moving up here, let's go ahead and turn on the AC pumps and the PTUs, making sure that the system starts pressurizing, which it does. Then we can turn that stuff back off again. All the rest is checked. Moving down, we are going to keep one of the electrical buses. We are on the APU. Now, the generator and field breakers for the engine-driven generators are all open. And that's it down here. Okay, moving further down to the fuel system, we are going to test that all the pumps are operating. And the same for the cross feed valves, all of which are looking good. Then we can turn that stuff back off again, except for one, which we're going to keep for the APU. Moving down here, fuel jettison, all guarded. Control amplifiers, all guarded. So, oil pressure test is looking good. Then we're getting up to the engine status. Okay, System A tests are all good. Now the same on System B. This would be a lot easier if we had two hands available. But here we go, all tests looking good. So, moving on to the side, APU controls are all set. Then, cargo fire, detectors test, ground short test. That's set, passenger oxygen is guarded. All warning tests. All looking good. The slap monitor is on. Now let's get to the engine bleed controls, and up here we'll turn one pack on. Cargo heaters can stay on gold, pack system 2 selected. Okay, now onto the cabin pressure controller. We're going to set our intended cruising altitude, 34,000 feet, and the QNH, which is roughly 1013. So, airflow valves manual mode, just to check that they're operating, back to auto, and they're opening again. Looks perfect. And with that, we are done on the flight engine use panel. Alright, so let's go right back to the front. Also, let's go ahead and start boarding. And then we can go ahead by getting the ATIS. So we'll pin that one. We'll also pin that one. Okay, so departure ATIS 135.65. So let's listen in.
Arriving runways 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 24 left, 25 right. Wind 100 at 6. Visibility 7. View at 1800, broken at 14, 14,000, broken at 18, 18,000. Temperature 20, dew point 13. Altimeter 3005. Density altitude 600 feet. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Advise on initial contact, you have information India. Los Angeles International Airport, information India. 1753 Zulu. Arriving runways 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 24 left, 25 right. Wind 100 at 6. Visibility 7. View at 1800, broken at 14, 14,000, broken.
Okay, excellent. ATIS is on board, so it could be 1-4 left or, 2-4 left or 2-5 right. And all the rest is checked down here. Yeah, then I suppose we'll get right into that setup of the nav computer. So, waypoint number 1. Let's have a look now. We are going to depart on the Victor Tango Uniform 8 departure. Let's find those charts. Here we go, Ventura 8. So, on the runway heading 3000, then towards Ventura 1655. And from there we'll fly on a 272 degree track until 5060 ME, and then San Marcos outbound 14.9. To join the radial 233 outbound towards Dinty, or Dinty. So the first waypoint we need for the INS is Dinty. Alright, so let's go ahead and find that. Here we go. There is Dinty. So we're going to start with this 33290 and 122.350. Okay, that's waypoint number 1. Then we have duets, which is going to be at 33042. And 124.310. Okay, so Daddy is next. And Daddy is at 31062. And 132.082. So Diallo is up next, And that thing is located at 28.42.1 and 139.25.6. So then we're going to proceed towards Dusak 26004 and 146.10.1. Did I just override Diallo? Yeah, I did. Okay, gonna correct that mistake. So waypoint number 4 is Diallo 28.42.1 and 139.25.6. Like that, and now waypoint 5 is Dusak 26004 and 146.10.1. Okay, so next up we got Drake, and that's at 23.015 and 152.34.7. Okay, and I think it's definitely too early because I've just overwritten another waypoint. So again, Dusak should be number 5, 26004. Sorry for that, guys. And 146.10.1. Okay, here we go. Number 6 is Drake 23015. And 152.34.7. Okay, then we have Dens. That's going to be number 7. And that's at 22218. And 153.52.8. And the rest is basically along the arrival already, so I'm just gonna enter Salsy up there as number 8, which is 22239 and 156.14.6. Like that. Alright, and since that's basically on the star, I think if we just take the last waypoint as the airport, that's going to be just fine. So number 9 is going to become 21191 down here. And 157.55.2. Okay. So with that, everything is in here. Then we can switch this back into auto. And looking down here, the alignment is going well. All that good stuff is in here. Then let's have a look at our load sheet. So we've got a growth rate of 440.7. But for some reason, I just can't enter anything here. I'm really not sure why that is. If I'm doing something wrong, then do tell me, guys. But as you can see, if I'm trying to enter something, the insert light comes up, so it looks like I'm actually inserting something. But, yeah, you get the idea. I'm really not sure if that's me or not. But yeah, here we go. So that's it. Everything I can say about this tool for now. Alright, so all that stuff is done. Let's go ahead and finish up the rest of our pre-flight preparation. So the altimeter is 3005, and that equals 1017. That stuff is set. Then, before doing the radios, I'm going to call for IFR clearance, just to be sure of the expected departure runway. So, Los Angeles clearance, 120.35. Alright, 8 is India, let's go. Los Angeles delivery, Delta 480 Heavy, information India, request IFR clearance to Honolulu.
Stand by, you're number 1. Delta 480 Heavy, cleared to Honolulu via the Ventura, Oxnard departure, then as filed, climb and maintain 5000, expect flight level 32010 minutes after departure, departure on 124.3, squawk 4243, expect runway 25 right.
Delta 480 is runway 24 left available for departure.
Delta 480 Heavy, runway 24 left is available for departure. Expect runway 24 left.
Thank you. Expecting runway 24 left, cleared to Honolulu via the Ventura 8 departure, climb altitude 5000, expect level 320, 10 minutes after, departure 124.3, squawk 4243.
Delta 480 Heavy, read back correct.
Okay, so climb at altitude 5000, squawk 4243. Alright, runway 24 left is expected, so that's right up here. Then Ventura 8 departure, let's have a look. On the runway track, let's see down there. 24, climb and heading 241, trust radar vectors to Victor Tango Uniform, trust Santa Monica radial 154. At or below 3000. So, Santa Monica, 10-8.
My name is Mara Meyer, and I'm here with my wonderful colleagues. Please take your seats according to...
As set, then we've got Ventura on a 272 outbound.
Or under the seats in front of you.
But we'll probably need the course anyway, in order to find our way inbound first. So hey, I'm gonna use 272 on course 2. Like that, and course 1 is gonna be whatever we'll need. Runway track. $251. Like that, and we'll pre-select the auto throttle to 250 knots. Like this. Alright, good. So all that lovely stuff is done. Let's move over to the flight engineer's seat, because we got a little gross weight to set here. So yeah, this is gonna take a little while right now. Dum 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 da 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 dum 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 da 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 da. Okay, I'm not gonna sing that for all the time now, but yeah, you see what's going on over here. This might take a little while, especially since those click spots to turn the button aren't working here. So yeah, we'll have to do this all by strolling. But unfortunately that gross weight indicator is really important later on for the arrival weight and stuff, so we have to set it. It's just the one source of... why did it go back to 2? You kidding me? You gotta do this all again. Alright, yeah, that's a little annoying, but Not much we can do about it, huh? Okay, and we're strolling, and we're strolling, and we're strolling, and I'm sorry I'm wasting your time. Oh boy. If the passengers haven't completed boarding by the time that we get this done, then I don't know what's then I don't know what else to think. Okay, so we're looking at about 440 over here. Here we go, slowly getting there. Alright, let's have oh no, we can't have a look right now, because our mouse is disabled from all the scrolling. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna make good use of the time, and I'll start with the PA already. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and in the name of Delta Airlines, welcome aboard our L-1011 500 on our way to Honolulu. Today's flight time is going to be approximately 6 hours. Unfortunately, we are flying against quite some headwinds, so we are not only expecting a slightly late arrival, but unfortunately also a little bit of turbulence throughout the entire flight. Nonetheless, we'll do our best to minimize the impact of the turbulence as much as possible, and for the time being, I'd like to ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and if there is anything we can do for you to make it more enjoyable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crew members. Finally, the cabin crew is shortly going to commence their safety demonstration, which is not just for your own safety, but also for the safety of the passengers sitting around you. So thank you very much for being our guests once again. Sit back, relax, and make yourself comfortable. And then we'll be speaking to you when we start the approach into Honolulu. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Okay, so we were supposed to go off block 5 minutes ago. I still can't use my mouse. That's quite incredible. Let's have a quick look down here. Fuel 134.5, missing 500 pounds to what we originally requested, but not too bad. Okay. So, GSX is done. Prepare for pushback and departure, please. And looking up here, the INSs have completed aligning. So, nav, nav, nav. That's all looking fantastic. Then let's go ahead and get started on that checklist. So, before start checklist. Oxygen mask and interphone. Yeah, I knew I forgot something. Checked, MSU aligned, compasses, MAC and sync. So, overhead panel checked, NS kit checked nav, emergency light and standby power on, cabin signs on, AFCS panel checked, flight instruments checked, annunciators checked, engine instruments checked, brake system normal, radios and radar set, INS checked and set, throttle quadrant checked, landing gear down 3 green, trims 0. Fuel quantity 134.5. Oxygen mask and phone checked, fire and overhead protection checked, electrical panel set, battery switch on, fuel panel set, pressurization set and normal, logbook checked, cockpit. No, before start checklist, that's how it's called in here. Completed. Okay, so far so good. So by now we should have some takeoff performance figures. Quick look at the load sheet. 440.6 and 440.6 are selected back here. So the rest is looking good down here. Takeoff performance. Takeoff weight 441. Density altitude was 600 according to the ATIS. Ambient temperature is, let me just check that again, 20 degrees. Nice. Okay, enter. Flaps 14, calculate. That's all looking good. Set box and EPR. Here we go, box set, EPR set. And 525 for the climb. I am going to set that right down here. Here we go, 525. Okay, lovely. Then we are done with all that setup, so let's call ground and get our pushback clearance. So that's got to be the North Complex, 121.65. Los Angeles ground, Delta 480 Heavy, request pushback and startup. And flight director song.
Heavy pushback and startup approved, tail south.
Pushback and startup approved, tail south, Delta 480 Heavy. Okay, ground from cockpit. So we're ready, push and start, and we're just waiting for your signal. Roger that, and start checklist. MSUs. Nav and collision light on, park and brake set, electrical panel is set, fuel panel and gross weight checked and set. Okay, APU, min mode and pack flow 1 pack on. Start checklist complete. Okay then ground, let's continue that pushback and looking facing north on to the center line please, as we're a wide body. Okay. Perfect, so park and brake is released, you clear the push and we are standing by for your signal to start the engines. Roger that, starting the pushback, stand by. Yeah, that looks interesting. What the heck is GSX doing again?
Cabin attendants, armed doors, and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 480, departing for Daniel K.
I guess I don't have to
Our
understand
estimated flight
this.
time is approximately 60 minutes. Please pay close attention
Okay.
to the upcoming safety
So,
demonstration as it contains
engine
important
2
information needed for
starts.
frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelt
And
by
3.
inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. The seatbelt must remain fastened
And
whenever
1.
the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed.
20%, fuel on.
Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you.
Alright, we have a good
to
start in
exit,
engine 2, starting
which
engine
will behind
1.
you. In case of
Clear on.
evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew
Engine 1
instructions
start.
immediately. If a power bank or any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, inform the crew right away. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
And 3, and 1. Okay, pushback completed, set brakes. Brake set. And we have a good start on 1, starting 3. Clear 3. Engine 3 start. And 3. And 1. Here's 20%. Alright then, we have 3 good starts. You're clear to disconnect, show me the pin on the left side, and have a wonderful day, please. Bye-bye. Okay, then we got a little bit of work to do back here. 1, 2, up here, everything's set and good. Okay, and stop that APU, please. Here we go, running down. The rest is looking fantastic. All right. So, back up to the front.
Flaps 4, flaps 14.
Flaps 14, we have 3.2 units trim. Like that, and flight control track, please. Full up, full down, neutral. Full left, full right, neutral, spoilers. Operating fine, and rudder. Full left.
53, ready for push.
Full right, and neutral.
Pushback approved.
Okay.
53.
After start checklist. In a moment.
Ground 52-4, taxi to the ramp.
52-4, taxi to parking via Hotel 6.
Okay, engine anti-ice off, pitot, alpha and windshield heat on, start ignition.
Hotel 6, Hotel Lima, Charlie,
Both
November,
enunciators
November 2,
checked,
Mike
hydraulic
52-4.
panel checked, electrical panel. Here we go, let's get those coffee makers going again. Electrical panel checked, fuel panel checked, fuel control amplifiers, latch down latch, APU shutdown, and enunciators are checked. After start checklist complete.
Echo 15, Echo Yankee, Delta, Delta 8, Echo, Echo 6, Delta 2253.
Delta 480 Heavy, request taxi.
Delta 480 Heavy, runway 24 left taxi via Delta 9er, Echo, Echo 6.
Delta 480 Heavy, taxi runway 24 left, Delta 9er, Echo, Echo 6. Okay, that's easy. So we go straight out via Delta 9er, Echo, and Echo 6 is the full length. Clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Brakes off. Let's go. So, brake check. Brakes okay. Okay, we clear the company 737. And we're clear on the left side, as well as on the right side. Alright, takeoff briefing. It's going to be a lefty takeoff on runway 24 left flaps 14, noise abatement procedure number 2, and the takeoff speeds are going to be 148, 152, 164, and the SID. Oh, hello there. What's the company doing? Okay, now they're stopping. Good. Okay, so, for these SIDs, we go straight at to... straight at on a radar vectors to 5,000 feet, and then eventually via the VORs onto radial 272 outbound from Ventura. Okay, questions? No? Beautiful. And that's our departure briefing completed.
Runway 24 left taxi via Delta 8.
So, before takeoff checklist, down to the line, please. Brake system checked, continuous ignition off. Flaps and slats, 1414, stabilizer trim, 3.2 units. 12095, Delta 480 Heavy, see ya. Los Angeles Tower, Delta 480 Heavy, ready for departure. Okay, continue the checklist. Stabilizer trim, 3.2 units, flight controls checked, flight and nav instruments.
Tower, runway 24 left, winds 140 at 3. RNAV Ventura, Oxnard, cleared for takeoff.
RNAV to Ventura, runway 24 left, clear takeoff, Delta 480 Heavy. Alright, so, flight and nav instruments set for departure, takeoff data, checked and set, briefing completed, ADMs, auto, APU off.
Behind the traffic.
What? That wasn't us. Alright, cabin crew is alerted, and that's the checklist complete down to the line. Below the line, please. Okay, there's only one pack. Alright, before takeoff checklist, below the line. Landing lights and strobes on, any skids on.
Switching to ground, American 2733.
Alpha 8 off lights out, transponder on, packs 1 on, and that's the before takeoff checklist complete. Alright, ready? So it's gonna be takeoff at 45. Looking for 6.43. Or rather 0.643, that way around. Thrust set.
80 knots.
Checked. Gear up.
Gear up.
Alright, heading.
92039 across runway 7 left. Cross 7 left, United 2039.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 4.
480 heavy contact departure.
Over to departure, Delta 480 Heavy.
Delta 480 heavy, roger, contact.
And flaps up.
Flaps 0.
So, climb thrust, 525. Los Angeles departure, Delta 480 Heavy, out of 2,000, climbing 5,000.
Delta 480 Heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Climb about the SID, Delta 480 Heavy. Alright, here's 250 knots, speed hold. Autopilot on the heading, please. Okay, so packs 1 and 3 on. So, auto thrust is on to maintain 250.
Delta 480 Heavy, direct Ventura, Oxnard, then as filed, please.
Direct Ventura, then asphalt, Delta 480 Heavy. Okay, VOR. Delta 480, request further climb.
Delta 480 Heavy, climb and maintain requested altitude.
Whatever that means. Roger, climb level 320, Delta 480 Heavy. So, 320. Speed hold and thrust managed. Let's just reset that to 250. And off we go.
Delta 480 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230, Delta 480 Heavy. Set, 230 checked. Alright, let's release that cabin crew. Off the takeoff checklist. Landing gear up neutral, flaps and slats up and retracted. Continuous ignition off, landing lights on. Cabin signs split, temp probe heat on, hydraulic panel checked, fuel panel checked, ECS panel checked, after takeoff checklist complete. Okay, nice. So we are on the climb. Let's go over to the flight engineer for a second. Let's see, is there anything in tank 3A? Nope, that's empty. And then the same should be the case for tank 1A. And that is the case. So, 42.4 in here, 46 in the tanks number 2. So that's a couple thousand pounds that we gotta use from tanks number 2. Bring them down to 21. So let's turn off the inner tanks. And the transfeed valve is going to feed the remaining engines. That's just to ensure that we got the same amount of fuel available in all those tanks. Okay, lovely. Apart from that, let's see, the air conditioning system is doing what it's supposed to do. No comment on the pressurization system, which seems to be bugged, not working. I mean, I'm not too stupid to operate this, am I? Nope.
Delta 480 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, Delta 480 Heavy.
Departure, Skywest 4119, 2000 for 4000.
Set, 260 checked.
Skywest 4119, radar contact, climb and maintain 9000.
Okay, so 10 miles inbound to Ventura, and when we're overflying that, we'll leave it on 272 outbound. Now I'm going to try something. According to the FCOM...
Delta 480 Heavy, contact point MGU approach on 128.65.
12865, Delta 480 Heavy. Approach Delta 480 Heavy, passing 10,000, climbing flight level 260.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly.
Okay, so according to the FCOM, when we are overhead the VOR, and if we simply change the course to the outbound course, then the plane should intercept that all on its own. Let's see how well that is going to work. In the meantime, target speed 320.
Skywest 4119, contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
Which is up here.
132.85 for
All right.
4119. Good day.
So far, so good. Then we're through 10,000. We are definitely going to keep the lights until we are above 18, as we're in the United States. Outside temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, so we don't need anti-ice for this. That's good. And then we're approaching Ventura VOR.
Delta 480 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain level 280, Delta 480 Heavy. Here we go, 280, and we are over at the station. Let's join 272. Let's see how well that's going to work. And we're reaching 320 knots. Speed hold.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service.
So, looks like it's overshooting a little.
Cookies and refreshing Coca-Cola beverages available for you. After the service, selected items
May just
will
be easier to use heading mode here.
purchase. Thank you for your attention and enjoy your flight.
But anyway, we're established on the radio 272 outbound from Ventura, and that's until 50-60 ME, and then it's a left turn. Radio 233 outbound San Marcos, 114.9. And that's pre-selected. Okay then, I think for now we got everything that we need, so let's go ahead and... Come on, you stay in EPR mode, please. Let's go ahead and continue that climb, and then I see you all when we start the approach.
Greetings, Honolulu altimeter 3010. Expect the ILS runway 8 left approach into Honolulu.
Altimeter 3010, expecting the ILS runway 8 left, Delta 480 Heavy. Okay, my friends.
301.
So, we are descending towards Honolulu, and we've just gotten confirmation that we're indeed expecting the ILS approach to runway 8 left. Now, there's the airport right behind us.
8,000 feet, altimeter 3010.
Descend and maintain 8,000 and 3010, Delta 480 Heavy. Okay, and here we go. That is 8,000 set and checked. Alright then, let's go ahead and start with that approach setup. So, we're now on a radar vector.
Heavy, shortcut for you. I'm extending your downwind to get you down a bit. Turn right, heading 260 vectors for the ILS runway 8 left approach.
Right heading 260, Delta 480 Heavy. Okay, there's heading 260. Then let's go ahead and see. The airport is right over there, so our altitude is actually looking fairly good here in 14,000 right now. Then let's have a look at that ILS chart. Final approach track 0790. Here we go, and that's set once, and now that is set twice. Now the ILS frequency is going to be 111.7, and that is active as well now. And I'm going to keep Honolulu VOR on number 2 so that we have missed approach guidance available over here. Well, apart from that, we do have an auto marker, which is active on the audio control panel, both left side and right side. And that's pretty much it. So 1117079, minimum 200 radio is entered down there as well. Okay, I think that's looking pretty fantastic. So let's go ahead and calculate our landing data, and for that we just need to go to the flight engineers panel real quick. Gross weight 340,000 pounds. So landing weight is 340 and the field elevation is 0. Anti-skid on, runway is dry, calculate and set please. Here we go, box are set, speed card is set. That's all looking good, excellent. Now let's start slowing her down. Reducing towards a speed of 250. And we can do that at 500 feet a minute. Apart from that, lights are already on and the signs are on as well. Auto brake minimum. And that's pretty much all that we need in order to vacate the runway to the left. Probably down there at Romeo 5, left, right, and then all the way, probably at Delta or something, to the terminal. Okay, and that's it. As you can see, pretty easy approach overall. In terms of weather, 05011, 24 degrees, 3010, so beautiful weather down there as well. Lovely. Okay, so speed hold and idle. And then we're going through 10,000, the lights are already on, signs as well. Perfect. That looks quite fantastic, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach to Honolulu. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at gate 2. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in a full upright position with your seatbelts fastened.
Okay, let's go ahead and help ourselves a little bit.
24 degrees Celsius with good visibility.
A little bit of speed brake here.
Gate is terminal 2, gate 1A.
And then I'm going to take over manually. Okay, approaching 8,000. Might have been a bit too early for speed brakes. Delta 480, request further descent. Delta 480, request further descent. What is ATC doing again? Delta 480 is ready to turn base. Let's see if they understand that any better.
Delta 480 heavy, turn left, heading 235 vectors for the ILS runway 8 left approach.
Left 235, Delta 480. Okay, looks like they're actually extending our downwind a bit.
Delta 480 heavy, descend and maintain 5,000 feet, turn right, heading 325.
Descend and maintain 5,000, right heading 325, Delta 480 heavy. Alright then, here we go. Heading 235, altitude 5000. Now, of course, we could be using the autopilot right now, but I just want to get in a little bit of manual flying here. You know, with an airplane like this, that is a long-haul aircraft, and that you normally just do one landing a day. I just want to use as much of the time I have to get some hands-on practice here with the plane. Okay, so we are like really low already. Let's hope ATC is going to do something good about that. Then we got 1000 to go. And I have a feeling that we can actually accelerate all the way back to 250 because
480 heavy, 14 miles from Selleck, turn right heading 020, descend and maintain 4,000 feet until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 8 left approach.
right heading 020, descend and maintain 4,000 until established, cleared ILS runway 8 left, Delta 480 heading. Okay, so let's do 1,000 feet a minute over here, heading 020. We are cleared for the ILS. Okay, here we go, heading 020 and going down to 4,000. I really do appreciate flying over Hawaii every time I do. It's just that it's one of those routes right on the other end of the world that it's, you know, not happening too often. 1,000 to go. So I do hope we can do something about that in the future. But I'll be completely honest, there are so many great airports available out there, I wouldn't even know which ones to fly to. And then of course there is the fact that you guys have to like those airports as well. Because I like a lot of airports that are, let's say, not exactly commonly favorites of the audience. Like, if you were asking me, I could be doing this LTU ops like all the time with the 1011. But I'm fairly sure a couple of you might get bored with that rather quickly. So let's see how the Delta ops is doing. So we are maintaining 4,000. Then we should get into localizer range any moment. I think it was 19 miles on this ILS. Well, at least in the simulator. In the real world it usually has much greater range. And looking down, we got the airport VOR tuned on sensor number 2. I'm fairly sure we can already start a right-hand turn here. Because the moment we do intercept, or the moment we do receive the signal, I think we're pretty much established. Yeah, here we go. Localizer live. And set runway heading. Here we go, and no, not INS, but ILS.
480 heavy, contact Honolulu Tower on 118.1.
118.1, Delta 480 heavy. Okay. Honolulu Tower, Delta 480 heavy, established ILS, 8 left.
480 heavy, Honolulu Tower, winds 050 at 11, runway 8 left, cleared to land.
Runway 8 left, clear to land, Delta 480 heavy. Okay, we are clear to land. Lights are coming on, and then let's go idle and start slowing down. 15.5 miles out, and the antenna is located, wow, at the field. Didn't expect, no actually not, 8.9 versus 5.7. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Flaps 4. And here's glide slope capture. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Magellan 302, hold short of runway 26 right.
Okay, glide slope capture. And go around altitude 5,000 feet. Set. So we're about 9 miles out, 180 knots. That's quite nice, isn't it? So is this view. That's what I just love the simulator for. Okay, so let's do a bit of flying here. Gear down.
Gear down. Flaps 14.
And flaps 33, please.
Magellan 302, hold short of runway 26 right.
And flight directors off. So all the lights are on, then I'm gonna leave it to you to complete the landing checklist. The two important things for me here, gear down, flaps 33. So we approach 148, is set down there. Nice.
Alaska 875, winds 050 at 11, runway 8, cleared to land.
Alaska 875.
Alright, nicely established here, a little bit of wind, minimum is
Magellan 302,
213.
hold short of runway 26 right.
So I can't see the runway just yet. But it's got to be somewhere up front. Okay, I think I can start seeing the runway getting inside that one. Probably. Well, might have to get a little bit closer here. Okay, no, there it is. Runway inside.
Magellan 302, hold short of runway 26 right.
So we are clear to land. And that hold short 26 right instruction is quite appreciated because that's the opposite of the runway that we are landing on. In other words, it is the same runway. Just gonna love this, huh? Alright, let's focus on the landing though. Even though I gotta say that this is just really beautiful out here. Ooh, a little turbulence.
Magellan 302, hold short of runway 26 right.
Ooh, look at that speed. That's a little wind shear there. Okay, we're on the puppy. That's what I call a perfect flare. Touchdown right on time. So, speed brakes and reverse. 100 knots. $80 knots. Alright, and here we are on the ground at 44. Now, if you're about to say that those taxiway tags just look a little strange, then I would absolutely agree with you. I guess a little conflict with the airport here. I might have another scenery installed on top of the built Honolulu. Well, for now, let's clean it up.
Flaps 4, flaps 0.
Okay.
Delta 351, wind 030 at 16, gusting 23, runway 8, cleared to land.
Alright, and back here. APU start. Delta 480, runway vacated. So, where's the door?
Delta
Here we go.
480, heavy, taxi to Terminal 2, Gate 1A, via Taxiway Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie.
Alpha Bravo Charlie, Gate 2, Terminal 2, Gate 1 Alpha. Delta 480. That looks close. Hello. That was really close. Alright, something tells me that if Say Intentions tells me taxiway is Alpha Bravo Charlie, they probably don't have any data for the airport because Alpha and Bravo do not intersect. We'll just go up here to the parking spots. So we'll do something like Golf 4, Golf 5 instead. Let's see, there's the Philippines. Okay, then we'll go one to the left, so that's going to be Golf 2. Or Golf 3? Yeah, Golf 3, I think. Let's see. So, Golf 2, hunting by Delta. Looks like that's that one. Okay, fine, then we'll go there. Alright, after landing checklist, please.
522, holding short 8 left, ready for departure.
Southwest 8522, wind 0.
So that's anti-ice off, windshield heat idle, air data sensors off, continuous ignition off, any skid off, landing and strobe lights off, speed brake lever forward, flaps and slats upper retracted, trims.
Holding short of runway 26 right, giant 8719er.
So trims 0. Radar and transponder standby. Electrical panel is checked. ECS status checked. APU on, brakes checked. After landing checklist complete. So lights off. And here's gate number 2. The marshaller is right down there. and stop. Okay.
98719er, hold short of runway 26 right.
Parking brake is set up there, everything is done. So, APU generator is online. Gonna trip all those engine generators. ATMs are coming off and engine bleeds off and 2 packs off. Okay. So, radio shutdown. 1, 2, 3.
Southwest 8522, contact departure. Good day.
Good day.
Here we go. Looking good. Anti-collision off, signs off. No, you stay on. You also stay on. Okay, lovely.
98719er, hold short of runway 26 right.
And we'll put the air conditioning on. Okay, shutdown checklist. Engine rundown normal. Parking brake is on. MSUs are still aligned. Exterior lights set. Standby power off. Fast modes off. Max indicators. Oh, we lost power. What's happened? Why did the APU generator trip? Okay, well, probably overloaded them with the galley buses. Okay, so max indicators are all in limits and then reset. Okay, so ATMs off, hydraulic panel checked, battery on, fuel panel set, and ECS panel checked. Shutdown checklist complete. Well guys, and with that, welcome to Honolulu. I do hope you enjoyed the flight. As always, let me know how you like flying the new airplane. I really do enjoy it, but leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.